Hello again, Lockpicking Paul here, and what I've got tonight is Reg Varney by Tinnie, and it's his 90th challenge lock. So it's brand new out of the gate, and he has designated me to get first pick of this, and that's what this video is. This is the first pick and gut of this lock. And Tinnie's pin work has been getting more and more exquisite, shall we say, and more challenging, along with the other modifications in the lock. And this is a great lock if you like locks that give very wild false sets and need massive counter rotations. This one has two trenches in it, and you've got to manually counter rotate this thing, and you've got to keep your nerve, because the range of movement that this has to go through to get open is quite bonkers. So I have set the camera up specifically so that is more obvious and more visible to the pick. So hopefully that'll come across. So up now, the pick and the gut of a fantastic new challenge lock. See you in a mo.
Okay, so I'm filming this at a slightly strange angle, simply because of the false sets and how much access I need to the front of this lock to control what is going to be a pretty wild counter rotation. This hopefully will show that better. Very light tension to start with. Okay, so there's our first false set, and bizarrely it will get even deeper than that. So we've lost the super deep false. But that's not an overset. Right, so second false, even deeper. Yeah, pin 1 is set. So we're on pin 2. Yeah, and staying on this pin is the devil's own job. Right, still not back on it. So I think 1 and 2 are set. False sets back again. Couple of clicks out the back pins. Another false set. And there we go. It's open. Which I actually think that's a very, very respectable time for what is in this lock. So let's have a look at it, shall we? Switch to multi, and we've got to lock this back up and use the key. Lovely Tinnie autograph on there. It should be focusing. Was it not? Alright, let's have a look at this. There are trench traps. Okay, let's get this out and we can have a good old nose. Yeah. So we've got first key pin, very heavily serrated, overset trap in it. Same for key pin 2. Same for key pin 3. Same for 4. This pin work just keeps getting better and better. This is exquisite. I'll show you those in a second. So here's our core. That looks like some kind of, what is that? Some kind of counter milling and under milling, I think. In 6, there's a definite lip there. And of course, trenches and threading here. And oh, there's something in 5 as well. 5 is undercut milled. There's an undercut in there. So that's a pretty bonkers core to start with. All right. Whew. How about for a sharp lip on a spool? That's why those trenches can work the way they do. Look at the tiny Assa barrel spool in 3 and another tiny Assa barrel spool in 4. They're not Assas, but they are very similar. A gin in a large flat-headed gin in 5, and in 6 we've got 6 is like a T-pin. Leave the springs in. I wanted to just show these lie flat trenches. I think they're pretty amazing. Effectively what happens is the pin rotates and goes flat like that and lies in the trench. So you end up with a core that's turned like that. But the pin is still actually in the hole. That's madness. Fantastic. Right. Here we go. Let's have a little close up on these. So lock number 90, Reg Varney picked, and it's a fabulous pick too. Definitely one for testing manual counter rotation. All right, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Cheers and thanks, Tinnie.